Hi, it's Mark again. Thanks for signing up for my free video course. I'm sure it's going to make a big difference in your life. Before you check your email inbox, please watch the short video. In this video, I'm going to tell you the true story of 9 men and women who cured their sleep apnea in less than 6 months and threw away their CPAP for good. Learn how these proven sleep apnea treatments work and how you can put them to work for you. If you're watching this video, you or someone you love suffers from sleep apnea, and you're looking for a proven way to cure sleep apnea so you can throw away that CPAP for good. Let me assure you that you're in the right place. Through much research and countless conversations with sleep apnea survivors, I've discovered that there are proven cures for sleep apnea, and I have documented proof of these alternative sleep apnea cures through conversations with 9 survivors of sleep apnea. Many of these survivors tried CPAP and just couldn't stand it, or it simply didn't help their apnea. So they searched for alternatives and eventually conquered their apnea. What you're about to learn is rarely talked about in sleep apnea circles. In fact, many people don't even know these treatments exist. This presentation will not be up for long, so please take the next couple of minutes to view it. Here's the good news. You can easily benefit from the hard work of these apnea survivors. I'll tell you exactly how in a few moments, but first let me tell you how I got involved in the exploding epidemic of sleep apnea. My introduction to sleep apnea began on the night of August 26, 2007. When my wife and I were asleep in bed, and something happened that would change my life forever. At 2 a.m. that evening, my wife abruptly sat up, gasping for air. It was as if she was dreaming about being chased. Suddenly, she sat bolt upright in bed. She was choking for air and completely disoriented. She didn't know where she was. That incident was repeated many times in the coming months. Every night, her breath stopped, and she was gasping for air. What we didn't know at the time was that my wife had the classic symptoms of sleep apnea. But my wife's problems didn't stop at night. During the day, she was chronically fatigued, sometimes falling asleep just by sitting down on the couch. I was so concerned about her constant tiredness that I was scared she was going to crash our car. We both knew it wasn't natural to be so tired all the time, not to mention the gagging while asleep. But at the time, we didn't even know about sleep apnea. We were soon to find out many surprising facts about this silent killer. When my wife started showing symptoms of a health condition, I started digging, and what I found was pretty shocking. The more I looked for solutions, the more I found the only one solution prescribed for sleep apnea, CPAP. But it was clear that many of the websites promoting CPAP are owned by CPAP manufacturers. I started asking around online chat groups to see if anyone knew of alternative sleep apnea treatments. In other words, anything but CPAP. I was usually told that CPAP might be terrible, but it's the best we've got. But in my research, I also found some little-known facts about CPAP. Fact number 1. Most doctors automatically prescribe CPAP for sleep apnea. Fact number 2. Many doctors are unaware of other sleep apnea treatments besides CPAP. Fact number 3. Up to 50% of sleep apnea sufferers stop using their CPAP within 3 months. Fact number 4. A large percentage of sleep apnea sufferers are looking for an alternative to CPAP. You're probably reading this letter because you're in the same situation I was in 2 years ago. You're tired of being tired all the time. Days are a blur. You wake up foggy-headed, probably cranky. You survive the day with lots of caffeine. And yet, for all your efforts, your life is still probably how it was for my wife. Chronically fatigued, falling asleep during the day, sometimes in embarrassing places. But you suffer not from lack of trying. You've asked your doctor for a solution, but his only suggestion is the dreaded CPAP. Let me tell you something, you're not alone. CPAP simply doesn't work for everyone. Many people have told me that they have been on CPAP for months with no relief in their AHI, which stands for apnea-hypopnea index. It's not just that CPAP is ineffective for some people. CPAP users suffer countless problems when using the machine. Headaches, ear pressure, nasal congestion, dry mouth, sinus problems, claustrophobia. Now, I'm sure you've had this thought before. Why is it so important to cure my sleep apnea? I just want to get a better night's sleep so I don't feel so groggy during the day. Can't I just take some pills so I can get a better night's sleep and get on with my life? The fact is, sleep apnea can kill you eventually. Here's what Dr. Michael J. Tweary says. He's director of the National Center on Sleep Disorders Research. Sleep apnea is not a condition that kills you acutely. It is a condition that erodes your health over time. Here are just a few of the side effects of sleep apnea. High blood pressure, liver damage, diabetes, kidney failure, heart failure. Now, if the information I've provided in this presentation so far has made you depressed, please don't be. I'm not a person who gives up easily, and you're about to benefit from that tenacity. You see, as I dove into the world of sleep apnea treatments, one thing became clear. CPAP information is everywhere, but there's precious little information on the internet about other apnea treatments. So I did what any good researcher does. I dug deeper, harder, and wider. I spent hours and hours scouring the internet and calling doctors, specialists, and other health practitioners. My online research and telephone calls around the world led me to individuals who have completely cured their sleep apnea. These people threw away their CPAP a long time ago and haven't looked back. Some of them found their alternative sleep apnea treatments by luck. Others found a cure through dogged determination. I interviewed these survivors, and you're about to benefit from their experiences. I interviewed 9 people who cured their sleep apnea through alternative treatments. You'll find case studies of those 9 people in my ebook. Here are 3 ways they cured their sleep apnea and threw away their CPAP. Alternative sleep apnea treatment number 1, mouth and throat exercises. As you probably know, sleep apnea occurs when your airway closes while you're asleep. Mouth and throat exercises increase the muscle tone of your airway, so your muscles don't relax as much when you fall asleep and your airway stays open. Alternative sleep apnea treatment number 2, singing therapy. That's right, I said singing therapy. Like mouth and throat exercises, singing therapy increases the muscle tone of your airway, so your muscles don't relax as much when you fall asleep and your airway stays open. Alternative sleep apnea treatment number 3, acupuncture. Acupuncture also works to keep your airway open, but unlike singing therapy or mouth and throat exercises, you don't do any of the work, your acupuncturist does. Acupuncture keeps your airway open by stimulating a muscle called the genioglossus. The end result? An open airway. Fascinating, isn't it? And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many other clinically proven sleep apnea treatments that are easy, safe, and free of side effects. Here are a few others. Herbal therapy, but only certain kinds of herbs work on sleep apnea. Yoga breathing, but only certain kinds of breathing techniques work on sleep apnea. The Buteyko method, which is a particular breathing technique that's been proven to cure a host of health conditions, including sleep apnea. Before diving into the world of sleep apnea treatments, I had no idea there were so many proven alternatives to CPAP. And all of those treatments are described in detail in my book called Cure Your Sleep Apnea Without CPAP, 9 Survivors Tell Their Story. Here's just a sample of what's in the book. 9 case studies of men and women who have completely cured their sleep apnea without CPAP. 15 types of alternative treatments that are proven to cure sleep apnea, with detailed descriptions of each. 12 action steps for each alternative treatment, so you know exactly how to take action on each treatment. 4 quick fix sleep treatments that can help you get a better night's sleep tonight. 107 pages of actionable information on alternative non-CPAP sleep apnea treatments. In other words, all meat and no fluff. Here's what some people have said about Cure Your Sleep Apnea Without CPAP. Sandy Thomas from Washington, D.C. says, "Dear Mark, I've been planning to write you for several weeks. I was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea last December and endured 6 weeks of CPAP treatment that provided no relief. Then I purchased your piece about alternative treatments. I can now say that I have been cured. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I no longer have to endure the dreaded CPAP mask and can now sleep as a normal human being." P. Talbot from Montreal, Canada says, "I purchased your book a few weeks ago. I've read it all, including the bonus ebook, Insomnia No More. What else can I say but merci beaucoup." Now remember, I've spent the past 6 years researching in-depth sleep apnea treatments that don't use CPAP. And now I run a website that is the #1 site on Google for sleep apnea treatments. My site has received visitors from 104 countries around the world. Here's what's great. You don't have to wait more than 1 minute to get all the information I've collected over the past 6 years. Please click the button below to get started on a new path, a path that cures your sleep apnea and doesn't involve CPAP. You'll also get some neat bonuses, but only for a limited time. Here are the bonuses you'll get. You'll get my 64-page ebook, Insomnia No More, which is a $49.95 value, but you'll get it free today. Insomnia No More offers comprehensive step-by-step instructions on how to conquer your insomnia, and is not available for purchase anywhere on the internet. The ebook covers these topics and more. What causes insomnia? How to diagnose your insomnia? Natural cures? Stress management and relaxation? Cognitive behavioral therapy? And much more. You'll also get my 57-page ebook, Overcome Daytime Fatigue, Sleep Apnea Edition, which is also a $49.95 value, for free. In Overcome Daytime Fatigue, the Sleep Apnea Edition, you'll be taught all the tricks of the trade to overcome daytime fatigue, including techniques to stop feeling drowsy during the day, foods that fight fatigue, exercise workouts to fight fatigue, and how to sleep less and still feel great. Finally, you'll get free one-on-one counseling with me for 3 months by email. This is valued at $197, and it's also free with your purchase, but there are only a few spots left. That's $297 of value, but you'll get all that for a much lower price if you act today. And your purchase is covered by my no-hassles, ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. Use my guide and bonus ebooks for 60 days, and if you aren't absolutely satisfied, just send me a quick email saying, "Refund please," and you'll get your money back. Compare this to the cost of CPAP. And I'm not just talking about financial cost. More important is the emotional cost of having to use CPAP night after night after night. Take action right now. See the button below that says "Click here to order"? Click that button right now and let's get started.